What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Horror Haven LLC. I am your host, Horror Gamer.
And I'm Gabby.
And boy, do we have one hell of an episode for you tonight. But before we get into all that, Gabs, let these beautiful people know where they can come in contact with Horror Haven LLC.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Horror Gamer. I am watching Kevin Bacon's butt on my TV right now. I'm watching a movie. It's a hint for this week's episode.
And let me tell you, before you get into that, I will tell you guys one thing. So I was planning to do a certain episode today, or tonight. It was going to be a remake episode where we were going to take our favorite remakes and talk about the remakes of the horror movies and everything that we love. But my gracious co-host, Ms. Gabby Gore, messaged me earlier today, and she said, and I quote, "I can't believe it's Friday the 13th and we're not going to do a Friday the 13th episode." And I said, well, you know what? Hot damn. Tonight, we're going to do a Friday the 13th episode. Welcome to a very special Friday the 13th edition of Horror Haven LLC.
Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. It's one of the greatest days of the year.
Oh my gosh. Happy Friday the 13th. And you're absolutely right. You know what, Gabs? For me, Friday the 13th ranks up there with Halloween and Christmas. I don't know what it does for you, but, you know, it's the day where one of the greatest horror franchises ever made, in my opinion, is on TV all damn day. Unfortunately, I got to work, which sucks, and I always usually catch like the tail end of the marathon. But it's just that day where horror reigns supreme. It's just the greatest day ever. It's the greatest day ever. And
I do enjoy Friday the 13th. But I don't think that anybody enjoys Friday the 13th as much as our first patron and my very best friend in the whole wide world, Christina J.
Oh, really?
This is her day. Friday the 13th it might as well be Christina Day.
Oh, that is what I'm talking about. Christina, you got some good taste. I'm telling you, you got some good taste in holidays.
My bestie loves Friday the 13th. That was the first person that I texted. The first person that I thought of when I woke up this morning was, I have to text her. Happy Friday the 13th.
And you know what? It's funny you say that because I have a buddy too who lives all the way in the faraway land of California, who he's a big Friday the 13th buff like me. So first thing I did this morning, I sent him a happy Friday the 13th meme. And
yes,
it was just amazing. And you know what? I love going on Facebook and our social medias, you know, our Twitters, our slashers, and just seeing everybody's excitement for this day. You know, I've seen some pretty damn awesome memes today.
I cannot wait to see what my husband comes up with for today.
I am excited too. I was actually super excited when he said he wanted to do a meme. I was like,
he'll do something amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? He's going to do it justice. I have a feeling he's going to do Friday the 13th. And my boy, personal best friend, Jason Voorhees, well. Oh, man. Jason, listen. Your boy Horror Gamer you got to understand, like, you know how much I love horror. I mean, I've dedicated most of my adult life collecting it, you know. Yes. Jason, for me, is one of those enigmas where he is just the epitome of just badassness, in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, Michael Myers is there too, but you know what? Michael Myers has his holiday later. You know what I mean?
I'm a Michael Myers girl.
I know. And you know what, though? There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, Michael Myers is a badass as well, but there's something about Jason, just a big burliness of this man. Like, he's one of those people who he's not there, and then booyah, he's there. You know, have you ever seen, you know, I'm pretty sure you're at least a little familiar with the franchise, correct?
Of course.
Okay. Remember the scene in part 7. We're going to be, before I get into this, guys, just know, as always, in our episodes, there's spoilers all day, every day. And I'm not going to really go in any chronological order as I'm explaining these movies to you guys tonight. I'm just going to take bits and pieces that really stand out from each of the movies. And I'm going to explain them, explain how badass they are. And ultimately, towards the end, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 in the series of Friday the 13th movies. And then I'll give maybe 1 or 2 honorable mentions, even though if they don't make the top 5, there's what, 12 of them? 12 Jasons now? Yeah, there's a lot.
Do you include Freddy versus Jason as a Friday the 13th movie?
I do. Freddy vs. Jason is a hybrid for me.
Okay.
It could be in both categories.
Okay.
So, I mean, I personally do. Some people might not. Some people might see that as a series of its own, in a way. But I consider it a part of both series. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. So, but even though there was 12 or 13 of them, however many there are now, just because it doesn't make the top 5 or isn't mentioned in the honorable mentions doesn't mean, to me, they aren't good movies. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I love all the Friday the 13th in their own way. And I just, you know, I'm just picking, you know what I mean, certain ones. But all of them are good. Even the ones that people can't fucking stand, I love them. Because I just love the series in general. I grew up with the series. You know, believe it or not, when your boy Horror Gamer was a little itsy bitsy little motherfucker, Jason Voorhees was his babysitter.
Do explain.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I always wanted to watch Friday the 13th. Okay? It was the only movie that I really liked. And I had all the VHS tapes because that was way back before we had digital streaming and Blu-ray and even DVD. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from the Stone Age. So if there's any younger listeners out there, it was called a VCR, where you would put a big-ass video cassette tape in the VCR and you would press play and it would run like shit. But I would sit there and I would watch all these Jason movies, you know, back to back. It was to the point, Gabs. And when I tell you, it was to the point where I was literally miming Jason's moves.
Oh my God.
To a T. It got that far. Like when Jason would be laying down and he'd sit up, I would sit up. Or once he jumped out of the lake, I would sit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was even an instance, God rest her soul, my cousin, she came over one time and she kept feeling kind of like a jab in her side, right?
You weirdo.
You know where I'm going, right?
Freaking weirdo.
Here's me, freaking hard, like a 6-year-old horror gamer, fucking going, fucking stabbing her with a butter knife.
Oh my God, a horror gamer.
It was so bad. Listen,
you're such a creep.
Listen, it was so fucking bad that her brother was always afraid to come over, and if he did, he would fucking lock himself in the room at night because he was afraid I'd kill him.
Oh my God!
Because I thought I was Jason. Like, you got to figure that this Jason character was like a role model for me growing up because it's what I always watched. I mean, it did get to a point where my parents kind of had to sit your boy down and have the talk. And I'm not talking about the birds and the bees. I'm talking about
that murdering is not okay.
It's not okay. It's not real. Jason is a fictional character, which means he is not a real person. And that broke my damn heart. I was like, what do you mean he ain't real? I look up to this. Oh my God. He's like a superhero to me. What do you mean he ain't real?
Hey, we all have our superheroes.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you have Superman, I have Jason fucking Voorhees. I'm just saying. Tomato here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You
I'm
know?
Into it.
Yeah, but like this franchise, Gabs, it it played a big part in your boy Horror Gamer's life, is what I'm trying to get at here.
Well,
And,
if I may interject, Horror Gamer.
oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been talking for like 10 straight minutes nonstop. Please do.
I love every second of it, by the way.
Okay.
Not only is today Friday the 13th, today is August 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Horror Gamer, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I am right-handed. I gotta be going with this though.
To all of my fellow Southpaws, happy Left-Handers Day.
Happy Left-Handers Day.
I live in a house full of lefties, actually. My husband, my son, and myself, all left-handed.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Do you know there's a very famous person who was ambidextrous. How do you say it?
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. You know who that was?
Who?
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees could do the left and the right?
Listen, I've seen him kill people with the machete in the left hand, the right hand. I've seen him do his thing with both hands. So, to my hero, Jason Voorhees, happy Left-Handers Day.
Happy Left-Handers Day, Jason.
I'm such a nerd. I know. My God.
we get one day out of the year.
Oh, we do. And it's time for your... Oh, my God, yeah. And let me tell you something. Friday the 13th is a day where your boy Horror Gamer can fangirl out over Jason Voorhees.
I'm watching Friday the 13th right now.
I as soon as you said Kevin Bacon's ass cheeks, I was like, I know exactly what she's watching.
They were good ass cheeks too.
And I'll tell you what.
Hello, Bacon Cheeks. How are you?
Bacon cheeseburger. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about.
No,
but every day. Yes.
But
my husband was in college. People told him he looked like Kevin Bacon.
Really?
He did not. I don't know where they got that.
Oh. He did not look like him at all. I'm just saying.
Everybody did, though. It was so weird.
Hey,
he was like, yeah, people tell me I look like Kevin Bacon. I was like, who?
Who? That's fucked up. You couldn't have said yes, Donnie.
I couldn't see it.
Well, my girlfriend always told me I look like Jason Voorhees without the mask. I don't know.
Does she know what Jason Voorhees looks like?
Yeah, she does. I took that as a badge of honor. I'm like, okay. I am the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you. I
don't look like anybody.
Yeah. I don't either. But I wish I looked like Jason Voorhees. It is what it is. But anyway, I digress. But no, it's funny that you're saying that about Kevin Bacon and his ass cheeks. Did you see how he gets his ass destroyed in that movie?
Well, you know who did the effects in this movie.
I do.
The man, the myth, the legend.
And the legend.
Mr. Tom Savini, we bow to you, sir.
Yes. Tom Savini, you are king of the effects. And he did the effects for a couple of them, too. Like, I believe he ended up coming back for, like, part 4 to do the effects as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the final chapter, because they were going to end it on part 4. Like, there was not going to be any more Jason movies. That's why they made it look like that they were going to kill him off. And, yeah, they ended up making fucking, like, 6 more sequels to where he's in fucking outer space in one, you know what I mean?
Listeners, Horror Gamer is about to school me tonight because I am ashamed to say...
Oh, it hurts me to hear it.
I have never made it past part 2.
Really?
I have never. I don't have anything against these movies. But like I said, I'm a Michael Myers girl. I can recite to you just about every Halloween movie except for 3. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that movie was trash.
Garbage. Although Tom Atkinson's mustache. Hello, sir.
Everybody loves Tom.
How are you today?
His
mustache. Put on those tight jeans and brush that stash. Come on over and sit with Mama. I started on Halloween, so of course Friday the 13th was required viewing as a horror fan.
Oh, absolutely.
I just never knew until later in life that all of the Friday the 13ths were required viewing, and I am just past that. stage that, I mean, I am not old. I am older. I am set in my ways, and like I said in episode 1, I watch Halloween every single day, the entire month of October.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, I do always watch Friday the 13th. Every Friday the 13th. If you have Stars on your cable package, or if you have I think Stars has like an app. They have a lot of the Friday the 13th movies. And the way that they time it is Friday the 13th is always on at 8.
Yeah.
I always watch it. I have a couple cocktails. I get about halfway through Friday the 13th part 2. The cocktails kick in. It's time for bed. We're going to be honest. That's my Friday the 13th every time. There might be some popcorn involved somewhere, but I'm really looking forward though, because as you know, we are active on many horror social media.
Yes. And,
you know, we don't just go on there to promote ourselves. We do interact. We read the posts, and I love hearing and seeing what other people feel and what other people's opinions are. And
absolutely.
Friday the 13th, I have to say, when it comes to hardcore horror fans, I think it might be more beloved than Halloween.
Listen, Friday the 13th it's almost like a religion to horror fans, because, you know, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like the feeling you get when you watch a good slasher movie, okay? Just think about it this way. Like, you know that feeling that you get when you watch Halloween?
Yes.
Okay. Friday the 13th, in my opinion, delivers it in just a different way, but it's like gripping. Like, I will admit, Halloween has the greatest score I've ever heard in my life. Movie-wise. Okay. The theme song for Halloween is second to none. But
Friday the 13th, though,
it has
a
hella good score, but I think it's the atmosphere that the movie brings. Like, it's in the woods. These campers are having sex, doing drugs, basically doing what teenagers did back in the 80s, according to slasher, you know,
does it
genre.
make you want to kind of try strip Monopoly?
Yeah, no, because I always had that feeling where you do something you're not supposed to. There's a big dude in the back with a machete getting ready to stick it up your ass. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but if you get to grab some bacon cheek before you go, is it an unfulfilled life? I don't know.
I mean, for you, it might be. I want to grab some bacon cheek. I'm sorry. I mean,
everybody wants to grab a bacon cheek horror gamer. Be honest.
No, I want to grab a bacon cheeseburger. I don't care about a bacon cheek. Okay. Now, if I'm sitting there chewing on a bacon cheeseburger, that's different. Maybe my life's fulfilled at that point. Then go ahead, take me. I'm done. There's no escaping. But
I could go for a bacon cheeseburger right now.
I'm actually making myself quite damn hungry. But anyway, you know, I'm getting all off the course here. But
I mean, what is wrong with us tonight?
I don't know. I think it's Friday the 13th. Yeah, it's just
13th, everyone.
The weirdness is coming out.
Left-handers Day.
It's just the weirdness of it. I think it's what it is, because while Friday the 13th is a great movie, the holiday in itself has kind of like the lure of being like a bad luck day, and kind of like a day where all the weirdos and psychos come out.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just our inner psycho and our inner weirdos coming out. Maybe. But like I was saying about Friday the 13th, I think what Friday the 13th, what it has over Halloween, in my opinion, is the ambiance and the feel. Like I said, it's in the woods. You know, people are doing what they think they should, you know, teenagers out there having sex, doing drugs and stuff, without any thought that there's this big boogeyman in the woods gonna come get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's not like Michael Myers in a way where Michael Myers kind of like lays back and stalks for a while. Jason will stalk until he gets tired, and then he's charging. Like I was telling you earlier, before I got sidetracked. There was a scene in part 7 where they're running from Jason. Jason's chasing them, and they're in this house, and Jason fucking jumps through the window.
Damn,
Like a bear. He just dives right through the window, and he just stands there like a monstrous fucking amazing human being, superhero to me, and he's ready to fuck somebody up. And just his look, like throughout the series, his look changed. As we all know, Friday the 13th, the first one, it wasn't even Jason, it was his mom.
She was a creep.
She was a fucking crazy
How about
woman.
those fucking teeth? My
I know.
God, Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah, when they did the close-ups and he kill her, mommy, kill her, like, and she's fucking talking.
Floss once a day. It's not that hard.
I know, right? You seen all that fried chicken she was eating and the fucking, you know, the bacon cheeseburger residue she had up in there.
Those were some big brown teeth.
Yeah, but Betsy Palmer as Pamela Voorhees in that movie was so iconic. Like
she was amazing.
She created something because she was so good, and her portrayal of Pamela Voorhees was so good that
her portrayal of psychosis.
Yes, it was
amazing.
Well, I mean, and it was so believable too, because you got to think about it in the fact that, you know, you lost your son because he drowned because the campers were off somewhere having sex and doing drugs, and you just snap. You know what I mean? But then for her to bring it to where she hears Jason talking to her and then like mimicking him, like, kill him, mommy, kill him. And like how she was talking, it was just, it brings chills to your spine. You know?
She was. That's a really good word for it. She was chilling.
Yeah, she was chilling. You know, what she did, her performance stuck with you. Even after you walk out of the theater. You know what I mean?
It really did.
Yeah. And then when in part 2, when they introduced Jason, that one was, I will say part 2 for me was like the weaker of part of the series, because while it introduced Jason, for one, it was like a hillbilly deliverance Jason. It was like a Jason if Rob Zombie like made it. You know what I mean? With the long
Rob Zombie, get out of your tropes.
You know, it would have been a Rob Zombie version of Jason with the fucking potato sack over the head and all hillbilly suspenders and stuff.
When was the hockey mask introduced? Was it 3 or 4?
No, the hockey mask was introduced in part 3.
Okay.
And it was introduced by a character by the name of Shelley. He was like the practical Joker. And
I remember him.
Yeah, you remember Shelley, right? The big fat dude who was always trying to think he was funny, and you know,
the curly hair.
Yeah, the curly hair fat fuck.
Yeah, he was annoying.
Yes, he was. And then, man, when he got his though, I was like, get it. And then that's when the hockey mask was introduced, and right there was like cinematic history, because ever since then, the hockey mask was synonymous with Jason. Anytime you thought of Jason, you thought of what? The hockey mask and the machete.
Yes.
You know, even though, fun fact, like the machete really didn't come into play until like I think 4.
Really?
I don't remember seeing him with the machete, or towards the end of 3. He did a lot of dismantling with other weapons. See, Jason is a jack of all trades. Okay, so he can basically kill you with anything he gets his hands on. You know,
which is, you know, I will say I don't know the movies like most people, especially you.
Oh, I can cite the whole series.
One thing that I know, just from seeing, I've probably seen a little bit of every Friday the 13th movie. Mm-hmm. The ones that I know that I've seen all the way through are 1 and 2.
Okay.
He is a creative fellow.
Yeah. Well, I did lie. There was one kill with a machete in part two, I think, that was iconic. It was the iconic wheelchair scene. Do you remember that scene?
Yes.
Where he hit the dude with that was on the wheelchair in the face with the machete, and
Yes.
he's fucking going down the steps fucking backwards, all blah blah blah, blah the fuck up, and the chair's going.
And he just got a thwap.
He's just like, oh, what's that? Wham! And you know what shocks the shit out of me about that? How did he not fucking fall backwards and roll down the steps? Like, whoever that was had hellacious balance, because that fucking wheelchair hit every step on the way down and didn't fall.
Oh, I'd have been on my ass on step number 2.
Shit, I would have been on my ass as soon as I went backwards.
Rolling down the hill, yeah.
Fucking machete all flying all over the place because I'm hitting every step on the way down. No. But that was one of the most iconic kills in the Jason series. And it was, in my opinion, the start of just something very special, because right there, it literally showed you in that scene, for me, at least I got this, that nobody's safe. Because if you kill a paraplegic, you know what I mean?
Did he have sex?
No, but the girl wanted to have sex with him.
Okay.
But she never got the chance.
Oh, bummer for her. He was cute.
He was. I think Jason rearranged his look to make him look better, though, with that machete.
I'm sure you did.
It was just so great. But no, and in part 3, where I was going with the whole, he, like you said, he is just a master at his craft. He squeezes somebody's head until the fucking eyeball pops out.
That movie was originally in 3D, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And the eyeball popped out at you.
Yeah. So when the eyeball popped out, it came right towards the screen, and so did the scene where he shot the guy with the harpoon gun. But it's so corny, because if you look, when he fires that harpoon gun, you can actually see the wire that the harpoon is traveling on to get that straight shot to the camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They didn't do a good job editing that out. But I mean, it's kind of hard, it's a dark.
It's the 80s.
It's the 80s, and at that point, 3D was like a new thing. It was like a brand new technology, and they're like, "Oh shit! Well, let's make a Jason movie in 3D to entice the crowd." And then you would go in there with your bucket of popcorn and these very stupid fucking looking 3D glasses. Remember the 3D glasses with the red and the blue fucking?
They don't look much better now.
No,
yeah.
But I mean, they're made of
Does
fucking
3D
cardboard.
give you a headache?
You know what? No, not modern 3D, but back earlier in the beginning stages of 3D, when you were wearing those glasses, it kind of did, because it's something about the red and the blue just fucked with my eyes. You know what I mean? And kind of just gave me a migraine. So I was never really able to enjoy Friday the 13th in 3D, even though, I don't know if you know this, but I think it was last year, Scream Factory released the Friday the 13th box set, collector's edition box set.
Oh, I've seen it. You were so proud.
I'm still proud of that fucking thing.
Didn't you give that to our friend Outlaw? He won a contest?
Outlaw won a contest. I actually bought one for myself, and I bought one.
I was second place.
You were. I felt so bad. I was like, because you were hanging on there. I was like, and then I was like, Gabby, oh shit.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Although I need it more than Outlaw.
But to be fair, though, you wouldn't have been able to watch them anyway, because you didn't have a Blu-ray player at the time.
I do now.
Yeah, now. Right now, damn it. That's funny. Maybe we'll get you something. Well, maybe we'll, there's a couple holidays coming up. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, back to, where were we at? We were at part 3, right, when he got the mask and the 3D, the horrible 3D effects.
Yes.
I was kind of glad it stopped there though, because I would have wanted to see any more in 3D, because at the time, like I said, 3D was a new technology and it was just, you know what I mean? It was breaking through, so it was spotty technology. But
Yeah.
part 4 was supposed to be the last one where they literally killed Jason in part 4. Like, Jason dies. Like, they fucked Jason up at the end, but man, did that have some good kills too. And it was also one of the first roles for a certain individual named Corey
Feldman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was such an annoying fucking character.
Isn't he like a psychic or something?
No, he just was good at making masks.
Oh, okay. That's right. Just like a little creep.
He was a little
creepy
creep. And it was funny because, like, in this one, they had a lot of boobies in it. I'm not going to lie. Part 4, I think they were going out with a bang because they were showing a lot of boobies, a lot of, like, naked heinies, all kinds of stuff.
Speaking of boobies, in the Friday the 13th movies, they are not afraid of a thick-thighed woman.
No, they're not. I
love that.
Yes.
Especially in the first one.
Yep.
All these girls walking around in their little early 80s, full coverage, silk panties.
I'm telling
you. With the thick thighs. Hello, sisters.
Let me tell you.
I see you, and I understand you.
I'm telling you guys, back in the day, it wasn't none of this. You had to be a Victoria's Secret model to be sexy. You know?
Take me back.
It's just, it was a whole different time, you know? And those girls rocked it. You're absolutely right. They rocked it.
And boobs for days. You're right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there was all kinds of boobs in these movies. Like, that was one of the things about Friday the 13th that, you know, in Halloween, there wasn't a lot of boobies.
No. PJ Soul's boobies, though.
Yeah, I think she was
fab.
like, yeah.
They were the only ones, though. They never showed Linda's, did they?
No, I don't believe
Linda
so.
Linda turned her back to the camera when she got the popcorn oil on her shirt.
I think the only other one they showed was Judith Myers at the very beginning. But other than that, for a split second. But
yeah.
Other than that, like, throughout the whole series, there wasn't that much nudity in it. Not like there was in Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th prided itself in being that raunchy, you know, late night kind of slasher movie where there's boobs for days and all this other stuff.
Do you remember USA Up All Night?
Yes, I do.
It's almost like these movies were made for USA
Absolutely.
Up All Night.
But like a premium cable version of Up All Night, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if Joe Bob had started back then. I mean, he was on Monster Vision back in the day. It was Monster Vision, right?
Yeah, and he actually actually had a marathon.
Yeah, but it was on TNT.
Yeah, it was, and that's the thing with Friday the 13th. While they're good edited, you gotta watch them unedited to get like the good, the full effect, because you know the boobs are like a character in the movie as well. If you think about it, I don't know.
It is when you watch any kind of, you know, documentary or retrospective that is about the 13th movies or just mentions the Friday the 13th movies. The boobs are always a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The boobs
and the
are
asses.
Yeah.
Including Kevin's. Hello, Kevin.
Oh, God. Still on Kevin Bacon Cheeseburger butt. That's funny. But anyway, there's a scene in part 4 that kind of bugged me out. And it was when the guy and his girlfriend, the neighbors, they're getting ready to have sex. And fucking Corey Feldman is looking at them through the window. And he's like going crazy about this. You know, like, oh, you're good, you'll get to see boobies. You know what I mean? Like, he's just acting like a fucking nut.
Little perv.
Yeah, like a little pervert. And then his mom walks in and he acts like he's fucking sleeping. And she goes to kiss him on the forehead. And she looks over and sees him get ready to do it. So she pulls the fucking blind down because then she realizes that he ain't fucking sleeping. He's about getting ready to watch some ass. You know what I mean? So she's the fool. And he looks all fucking upset. He's just like, oh, fuck my life. You know what I mean? But he was just a creep in that movie. And you know what? The fun fact, the guy who actually played Jason in the movie, I forget his name, he did not like Corey Feldman.
Really?
Really, he didn't. And he went on record saying this, that he thought Corey Feldman was basically a little asshole. Like, he thought that he was entitled. He thought that, you know, he was unprofessional. Like, the guy really did not like Corey Feldman.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, this is a fucking kid, and you're a grown ass man. You know what I mean? Like, of course he's not going to be as professional as you because he's a fucking child actor. While he's still an actor, he's a child actor, which means the maturity really isn't fully there.
Steve Dash was his name.
Yeah, he did not like him at all. And I think you could tell because there are a few scenes where it almost looks like Jason kind of gives that little extra, you know, when it comes to him. It looked like he tries to hit him with the hammer for real, you know. But hey, that's not here nor there. But there was an actual part of the movie where he really got hurt. Like, I remember watching the Crystal Lake Memories, the documentary on the Friday the 13th series, which if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's like I think it's like a 6-hour documentary, and it literally covers each and every one of the Friday the 13th movies in detail.
This series is so iconic.
Yes.
That I've never heard of what you're talking about.
Really?
But I can think of 2 documentaries that I've watched that are specifically about the Friday the 13th movies.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember titles. I swear one I saw on... It wasn't Shudder. Maybe it was Netflix. Or maybe it was Showtime. I don't remember.
I know his name was Jason.
Yes, that was a good one. That was the other one. I can't remember the name of the one that I'm thinking of. His name was Jason, was really good.
Yeah. Yes. And it was, and I'm telling you, if you get a chance, the Crystal Lake Memories or whatever it's called, it is on Shudder for free. It is. And it's a very good watch, but you have to dedicate yourself at least 6 hours if you want to watch it from beginning to end.
Well, I have a whole house to clean tomorrow, so...
Hey, that could be some ambiance in the background to do it, but the guy actually got cut really bad with the machete. And he had to go get stitches.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, I think it wasn't part 4. I think it was part 2. Yeah, it was in part 2. Remember at the end where she walks in and she sees Jason's mom's head on that like altar, and Jason goes and she has the sweater on and she's pretending to be Pamela.
Yes.
Okay, and then when she goes to hit him, he drops to his knees and she goes to hit him with the machete. Well, I don't know if he stuck his hand up or what, but she fucking came down on that and she got him in between his hands and fingers with the machete. Cut his shit all up.
It was a real machete?
It was a real machete.
Friday the 13th.
They weren't afraid. Yes. They weren't afraid, though, to go legit, But anyway, back to part 4. The reason I brought that up, because I think in part 4, that guy got hurt too, but I forgot how he got hurt. But I think he had to go and get to the hospital and get some stitches. See, that movie, there was a lot of shit going on in production. People getting hurt left and right. But towards the end of the movie, Corey Feldman cuts his hair off and dresses up like mini Jason, like little Jason, to kind of like, fool him, and then he beats him to death with that machete. When he fucking hits Jason in the side of the face with the machete, remember that? And then Jason falls.
No, but okay.
Oh, okay. So there's a scene where it was at the end of the movie. This is where they kill Jason for good. Okay.
Okay.
So Corey Feldman hits him with this machete in the side of the face, and it sticks into Jason's head. And when Jason falls, the butt of the machete hits the ground, and Jason's face kind of like falls down into the machete.
Ah.
And it cuts through the whole side of his face. Okay.
My God.
And then he's sitting there hugging his sister, Corey Feldman is. And then he looks down and sees Jason's finger kind of like twitch. And thus comes one of the most iconic scenes in the Friday the 13th history, where Tommy picks the machete up and just starts repeatedly hitting Jason with this machete, screaming, "Die, die!" And then you hear his sister in the background screaming, "Tommy." That plays a big part in a lot of the series that has Tommy in it, because Tommy Jarvis is actually a main character for the next 2 movies, but he's older. Yeah, he's older in the next 2. So Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, was supposed to be it. That was supposed to be the end of Jason, but then they made Part 5, and a lot of people hated it because it was imposter Jason, where it was some guy dressed up like Jason.
Like a copycat?
Like a copycat. Yeah, he used Jason's lure to kill people at Crystal Lake. And it was so stupid because he was like, he was like the Walmart brand Jason.
Aww.
You know what I mean? He had a fucking jumpsuit. He had a Jason mask. And the Jason mask had like the blue triangles underneath it. It was so terrible looking. It was so bad. But the kills in it were good. Like, I didn't mind the kills. But Part 5 was Imposter Jason. A lot of people hated that. But Part 6 brought Jason back from the dead as almost like a zombie kind of deal.
Okay.
And he did his thing in that too. The scene where he folds the fucking sheriff in half was one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen.
Ew.
Oh my God, this sheriff is whipping this dude. I mean, he's fighting Jason because Jason is in Crystal Lake. This is towards the end of the movie, and he's getting ready to like kill people. Like, and they've turned the camp into like a camp for kids. So this camp is full of kids, and Jason's in there killing off the counselors while these kids are like in this camp. And the sheriff's daughter is like one of the head counselors. And Jason's going after her, and then the fucking sheriff comes and tries to fight him. He holds up for like 5 seconds, and then Jason folds him in half, and the crunch you hear.
Oh.
It's crunch. It's like, oh God, yes. But Part 6, it was a very well done movie, even though it was super campy, and it had one of the greatest soundtracks of all the movies. Did you ever hear the song "The Man Behind the Mask" by Alice Cooper?
Yes.
That was the movie that the song was made for.
Alice Cooper wrote a song for a Friday the 13th movie?
Yes, it was an exclusive for that movie.
I feel like Alice Cooper is really cool.
Oh, he's awesome as shit. And if you ever seen the video for "The Man Behind the Mask," it's literally Jason Voorhees, and it's like clips from the movie. Like, is the actual official music video.
Really?
He wrote the song for the movie.
Oh, I'm gonna watch the video when we're done.
Have to. It's such a good song. For one, it's such a good song.
Yeah.
And then, but like I said, Part 6 is pretty good. C.J. Graham played a great Jason, but Part 7 introduced the greatest Jason to ever, bless us with his presence, and that was Kane Hodder.
Yes.
Took the machete 4 different times. For Part 7, Part 8, where he's in Manhattan, which a lot of people can't fucking stand. Jason Goes to Hell, which a lot of people couldn't stand. And then Jason X, where Jason's in space, and a lot of people couldn't stand that. It seemed like...
Okay, so Jason Takes Manhattan, he was living he was walking around the sewers.
I was towards the end. He was actually... It should have been called... It should have been called Jason Takes a Cruise Ship, because 98% of the movie he's on a fucking cruise ship that's
docked in Manhattan, right?
It's heading to Manhattan.
Okay.
It's a graduating class of teenagers going to Manhattan on a senior trip.
Just banging on a cruise ship.
Yeah, banging on a cruise ship, and he's banging heads and taking names on a cruise ship too. And he does his thing on there, but I think he's only in New York for like the last 10 minutes of the movie. But
and then the next one after that, what is it?
The next one after that's Jason Goes to Hell.
Not familiar.
That one a lot of people didn't like because a lot of people say it wasn't Jason, because what happened was at the beginning of the movie, Jason gets blown the fuck up, like into a bajillion fucking pieces. And he's basically he's dead to rights. He's dead. Well, his heart is still alive. And he's on the autopsy table, and the heart's sitting there beating, and then the fucking doctor eats the heart.
Ew, why?
Yeah, because he's like possessed by the heart. So he picks the heart up and he just starts eating the shit out of it. And then he becomes Jason. Jason's soul gets transferred into his body because he ate the heart. And then throughout the movie, it's basically Jason jumping from body to body, trying to find trying to find a member of his bloodline to be reborn.
Like that Denzel Washington movie.
Kind of. Where he...
called?
Huh?
What was that called?
I forget.
It was John Goodman too, wasn't it?
I think so.
Okay, keep talking. I'm going to Google.
But no, so the story goes, through a Voorhees may he be born, through a Voorhees shall he be reborn. And fallen, yeah.
Anyway.
And then it says, only by the hands of a Voorhees shall he die. So they basically brought in his family, which he had like a sister, and he ends up killing her, and then his sister has a daughter and then a grandkid. So it's like him basically doing a whole 180 Michael Myers kind of deal and going after the family. And then he ends up going into the basement after he kills his sister, and she's in the basement, and he goes inside the hoo-ha, and he comes out full of Jason.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's a weird fucking movie. It's so weird, but it is so good. Like, a lot of people don't like it because they said that, it's not Jason. He's only in it for like 5 minutes of the movie, because he is. He's only in the movie for like 5 minutes throughout the whole damn movie. And he's
crawling up a vagina?
Yeah, he's like this little demon monster thing, and he crawls into the vagina, and he comes out full-grown Jason Voorhees, and he whips everybody's ass. It's so weird. Like, these movies...
Crawls into a vagina as a demon baby.
Like, yeah.
Then he comes out of the woman.
You don't see him come out.
As a full-grown ass man.
Yeah, you don't see him come out. You just hear some weird ass noises, and he comes jumping out of the fucking floor.
What in the holy hell?
Listen, I mean, there was no rhyme or reason for it. It was just good cinema. It was an hour or almost 2 hours of him doing his thing. It was awesome. And then it had the iconic Freddy glove hand at the end to set up Freddy vs. Jason.
So Jason crawls inside of a vagina. And then he comes out of something. And then he whoops everyone's ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then Freddy's glove shows up.
Well, he gets killed. He ends up getting killed.
Who does?
Jason, yeah. So his niece ends up stabbing him in the chest with a dagger, like a Voorhees dagger. It's a special dagger, and she ends up stabbing him in the chest into his heart, and then he ends up getting dragged to hell by these big hands that come out of the ground. It's so weird. These big, like, stone hands come out of the ground and drag Jason to hell. Yeah, it's fucking weird, Gabs. Like, you gotta watch it.
Gamer. What in the hell? You know what? No offense to anybody I know that the Friday the 13th movies are everyone's thing. I am not in any way trying to insult anybody. I am not trying to talk down on anybody or, for their opinion. But I have to see these movies based completely on these most ridiculous recaps that I don't believe you. That
okay.
This is real.
Yeah, you have to.
There's no way that Jason crawled up inside a vagina.
A dead one at that.
It was a dead woman's vagina.
Yes, his dead sister.
Oh my God. Jason crawled into his dead sister.
Who he killed earlier in the movie.
So he killed his sister. And then later on, he became a demon baby.
Like a demon baby afterbirth kind of looking thing. It's crazy.
Like a demon baby placenta.
Yes.
And crawled inside his dead sister's vagina. And then came out of something as a grown-ass man. I'm going to say that one more time. So Jason kills his sister, becomes a demon baby placenta, crawls inside of his dead sister's vagina, and is reborn out of something off screen, and then gets his ass killed again.
Yeah, pretty much, and dragged to hell by these big hands.
And then big hands come out. Now, when he's killed,
yes,
does he go back to being a demon baby vagina crawler?
No.
Does he try to do anything weird with his sister again?
No. At this point...
Do the hands try to do anything weird with his sister?
No, at this point, the sister is like in another area. So she's nowhere near Jason when he goes to die.
She's just dead with a demon vagina.
Yeah, she's dead with a blown up vagina at this point.
He blew up her vagina. Do you hear the absurdity?
Welcome
that
to...
This is completely unfucking believable.
Listen.
And I am 127% here for it.
Welcome to the last few movies in the Jason franchise.
I mean, so was there another movie between that one and Freddy vs. Jason? Or was there Freddy vs. Jason and then more Friday the 13th movies?
No,
because
there was
I
Jason.
saw Freddy vs. Jason on a date.
Yeah?
Bad date. Good movie.
Bad date. Good movie. Holy fuck. Well, hey, anytime you got Freddy and Jason, is always going to be a hitter. It's going to be a winner.
Yeah.
So, but no, there was one more before Freddy vs. Jason. That was Jason X, which had my favorite kill of the entire series.
The frozen one?
The frozen face. Yes. When he fucking put her face in that nitrogen and then slammed that head on the table. Oh my God. My heart fluttered with joy. That was the greatest fucking kill I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God.
Do you know what rivals that though?
What?
Fear Street.
The bread
slicer.
The bread slicer.
I have to say, having never seen Jason X, is there any vagina crawling in that one?
No more.
Okay, good.
There's only demon placenta vagina crawling in part 9.
Oh, geez, please. Thank God. Having never seen Jason X, but having seen the frozen face many times.
Oh, so beautiful.
It is. But I think I'm going to give it to the bread slicer.
I don't know, Gabs.
I think I am.
That's a tough one for me because...
But I will say, up until the bread slicer, the coolest kill in almost all of human history was the frozen face. I will say.
But there's another kill in the Friday the 13th franchise that it's too iconic. I mean, it's not as violent as the bread slicer, and it's not as violent as the frozen face, but it is
Crawls
iconic.
out of someone's asshole?
No, it doesn't crawl out of someone's ass.
Okay.
The sleeping bag scene was one of the most iconic kills, and not just Friday the 13th, but in slasher movie history.
Yeah, that's talked about a lot.
When he picked that and was you, and she's like, ah.
Yeah.
Quiet. It was so great. Did you know that scene took forever for them to do because they originally had that bag full of blood and it was supposed to like splatter blood when he did it? So he said Kane Hodder went on record saying that when he was dragging that sleeping bag, it was so heavy that he got so fucking pissed that scene where he hit the tree with it, that was just him hitting it out of sheer anger at that point, because they had to keep redoing the scene. It was just so damn heavy. He said he was just so pissed off that.
I mean, imagine how many bladders of fake blood you would have to make it effective. Yeah. Plus, whether or not it's a real person, to make it realistic, you have to have a real person's weight worth of dead weight.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I can't even imagine. And Kane Hodder is a
beast,
giant man. Yeah.
Yes. He is a giant man. Oh, and I also wanted to tell you, Gabs, I don't know, before I tell you this, I don't know if we explained this to the Horror Horde, but in September, you and I will be meeting up at that horror convention.
Monster Mania Con in Hunt Valley, Maryland.
Yes. So if there's anybody who listens to this that's in the Maryland area or the Pennsylvania area, or just want to come out and hang with your boy Horror Gamer and your homegirl Gabby Gore, we're going to be out there September, 27th through the 29th?
It's the 24th through the 26th.
I was way fucking off.
You'll be there the whole time. I will be there Saturday the 25th.
Yes, I will be there from Friday to Sunday.
And you guys, a little known, exciting, really exciting thing. Horror Gamer and I became siblings. He became my brother around this time last year.
Absolutely.
We've never seen each other in person.
Never met in person at all. So this is going to be our first time actually meeting each other in person.
We are very excited. It's going to be like an Oprah moment.
It is. Oh my God, like a long lost relative. Like
oh my God, I feel like Jeff is going to be like, look to your right.
Look to your right.
And I'm going to look, and you're just going to be standing in the corner with your hands over your mouth, like crying. And then I'm going to start crying.
She said, oh, yeah, I'm going to be sitting there. That's great.
And everybody in their Freddy Krueger cosplay is going to be like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck are they crying about? There's no crying in horror. But, fun fact, Gabs, Kane Hodder is going to be at Monster Mania Con doing photo ops in full Jason getup.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so guess who your boy Horror Gamer is going to meet in person?
I mean, I feel like I have my heart set on Joe Bob.
Listen, I'm gonna meet Joe Bob. I'm gonna shake his hand. I'm gonna say he's an amazing, but
Robert Englund's gonna be there too.
Yeah, I want to do. Wouldn't that be something if
to do it with Kane Hodder and Robert Englund?
Yes, but Robert Englund dressed up like Freddy and Kane Hodder dressed up like Jason.
Oh my God!
Wouldn't that be like? Oh, I would pay $1 million for that photo.
Just now, is he going to be dressed up as Jason, like Jason as we know it, or will he be dressed up as Jason as a demon baby placenta about to pop up inside of a vagina of his sister? Because I really feel like we cannot stress enough.
I think
that he is crawling not into any kind of whatever vagina. It's just a vagina. It's his sister's. who he murdered. That's necrophilic incest. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm laying it out. That's gross.
I think he's going to be Jason as we know it, because
There's all kinds of undertones.
I'm going to tell you this right now, though. If he does dress up like placenta, baby, vagina, Jason, I'm going to still get a picture with him. I don't even care. You'll see me there with my stupid, goofy smile like, hey, placenta, baby, vagina, Jason. But no.
I'm excited. I did see, for anybody that might be interested, I'm really excited because you can do the photo ops.
Yeah.
But quite a few of the celebrities that are going to be there, if you do the autographs, you can do the autograph and a selfie at the same time. So you can do the photo op thing that is like a scheduled, you have to be there, you have to get in line, and you stand with them for 10 seconds or whatever. But if you stand in the autograph line, some of them will do selfies with you.
Yep.
So I have big plans. I have to really like figure my life out for this, because I'm only going to be there for one day.
Yeah, I'm going to actually, like I said, I'm lucky enough. I'm going to leave right from work. I'm going to meet my buddy who I'm going with. We're going to go right down because we got the hotel room for Friday night, Saturday night, and we're leaving Sunday. So, and the best part is it's only 40 minutes like away from, kind of like where we're at.
Yeah.
So it'd be a quick drive home, but it's going to be a fun time. And like I said, guys, if you're out that
from
way,
your house,
not from my house, but from his house, it's probably like an hour from my house. But it's
like 3 hours from my house.
Oh, so you got to drive.
Yeah. But I won't have my kid with me, so it won't be a terrible drive.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. But
yes, I picture a very long nap in my future for that day.
There you go. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time, and hopefully we can do a pod from the convention.
Let us know, everybody. Do you want a live podcast?
That would be awesome. But
I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah, it would be. And your boy Hard Game is actually going to be doing a couple videos for his YouTube channel at the con.
Oh, really?
Man, you can't be at a horror con with a name like Horror Gamer and not throw up a couple horror videos. You know what I mean?
Well,
can't do it.
Whether or not we do a live podcast from there, I will say we will definitely be throwing up a lot of videos of us and what's happening. A lot of pictures.
Yep, definitely a lot of pictures.
It would be lots of fun to have pictures taken with you guys.
Yes, so come on down. Like I said, we're going to be at the MonsterCon. Come down, get some photos with your boy Horror Gamer, Gabby Gore. We'll talk to you. It'll be a good time. But now, Gabs, I think I'm going to go into
your top five.
My top five. So, number 5.
If you say vagina crawl, I feel like we can't be friends anymore.
That's not top 5.
Okay.
Well, that's not number 5.
Okay.
So number 5, believe it or not, I'm gonna go with the one that a lot of people hate because it's fake Jason, and that's Friday the 13th Part 5.
Okay.
And because the reason I'm doing that is because the kills were great. Like, the movie was actually good up until you find out it's imposter Jason, Yeah. But up until that point, the kills were on point. The mood.
You don't know right away in that movie that he's the imposter. You think that it's Jason.
Yeah.
Genius. I like that.
So Part 5 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 5. Now, number 4, I'm going to go with another one that people hate, and that's Jason Takes Manhattan. While it should have been called Jason Takes a Cruise Ship, Jason Takes Manhattan is a fun movie, and the one kill scene where he kills the boxer Julius on the rooftop was so fucking funny. I'm sorry. Have you ever seen that scene?
No.
Okay, so there's this kid in this movie his name's Julius, and he's a boxer, so he's real good. He's good at what he does. So he's in New York. He manages to get off the ship with a couple other people, and Jason's chasing him. Well, he ends up running up onto a rooftop, and Jason's up there waiting for him.
Okay.
And so he decides, he's gonna 1-2 step and shoot the fade with Jason. Okay.
Okay.
And he's sitting there punching Jason. I'm talking about really laying into Jason, punch him in the face and shit. But the thing is, Jason's just eating these shots, and he ends up tiring himself out, beating up on Jason. And so so Jason's just standing there, and this kid's just like all tired and breathing and shit. He's like, "All right, motherfucker, give me your best shot." And fucking Jason grabs him by the collar of his fucking shirt.
Okay.
And punches him in the fucking face. I'm talking about, oh, joy. I mean, he really and punches his head right off his fucking body.
Oh my God.
He hits him so fucking hard, he knocks his head off his body. He says, boy! And the dude's head flies into the fucking dumpster.
And then crawls up a vagina.
You in the vagina. But that's why my number 4 is Jason Takes Manhattan. I love that kill. Give me your best shot, motherfucker. Bonjour! Yeah, he gave me his best shot, all right. Oh, that was great. Okay, now number 3. Gabs. You might not want to be my friend.
Okay.
Part 3, I'm going to have to go with Jason Goes to Hell.
You said it wasn't the vagina.
And I said it wasn't number 5.
You tricked me.
Listen,
You're rude.
The movie was good. It was a good movie. Like, everything about the movie was very well done. And the director said it the best. When you finally got Jason at the end, it was almost like you won a prize. Like, you went through this whole movie with the essence of Jason. Like, you saw him in reflections and shit. Like, if they were standing in front of a mirror, it would be Jason instead of the person he's possessing.
Okay.
But you didn't have Jason physically there, only from the beginning, and then you only get him back at the end. But when he comes out, when he comes out of the vagina and goes, surprise! It's like, you won a prize. You know what I mean?
I don't understand the mechanics.
I mean, it's weird. It's fucking weird. I will give you that, but it's still good.
Okay.
Still good.
Hey.
You have to watch it. I'm telling you, if you watch this movie, you'll see. Like, I know my rundown of the series tonight was a little vague, but
I think that's okay, though. I mean, you can't really...
I didn't want to give you everything. I didn't want to give you everything because I want you to enjoy it too. I gave you a lot of what you've already seen, but I kind of like wanted to stay away from full details of the series because you're not familiar with it, and I don't want to ruin it for you. You have to watch this movie. Like, I'm telling you, you will thank me later.
I'm actually, as soon as we're done, I'm going to get on my guide here.
Yeah.
And see if, what is it? Jason Goes to Hell?
Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
Is on Stars, so I can record it.
You have to.
And I can watch once again, for the people in the back, a demon baby Jason crawls inside of his dead sister's vagina and then rebirths as a full-grown ass man, only to die again.
By his niece.
I cannot for a half a second. I cannot wrap my head around this.
That's why you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, Gabs.
My God.
Yeah. But this segues us into number 2. And I'm going to go with Freddy versus Jason.
I loved that movie.
Absolutely loved Freddy versus Jason. That is how a first movie should be. Now, Don't get me wrong. Earlier this year, we got a Godzilla vs. Kong, and that movie was fan-fucking-tastic. But Freddy You're just mad because we're not getting into that right now. That'll be another discussion for another time.
That can be a Patreon extra special.
Yes, that could
Exclusive.
be. Yes. But that is how Freddy vs. Jason is how a good, fun, turn your brain off.
It was. That's
movie.
What was so great about that movie. And that's where I think critics get it wrong a lot of the time. Just like you said, sometimes you just have to shut your brain off and just have a good time. That movie was so stupid.
Yes.
It was so stupid. I mean, there's nothing that you can really say about it except that it was so stupid, but it was so fun.
Yes.
It was just mindless.
Yes.
Like, this is what you look for in a horror movie when you don't feel like
telling a Shakespearean tale.
Yeah, when you go into it knowing that this is not going to be a Blair Witch, an Exorcist, a Halloween. Exactly. You're not going to remember how you felt, who you were with. I know that I saw that movie on a date. Can't remember the guy, but I can remember the movie. You know, and I remember having a blast. And then we went to dinner and that wasn't a blast. But you know what I mean? Like, the movie itself, that was the highlight. And that movie, they used to play that on Sci-Fi. They don't play it on Sci-Fi anymore. It's just bummer.
Nah. Listen, I have so many copies of that movie. I have it on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. I have it in the box set with the Friday the 13th. Like, it's just such a great movie. It's a turn your brain off. Get a bucket of popcorn, get a big cold drink, and just them to do their thing. That's what that movie was.
Yes, a big paint can of soda pop.
Yes, absolutely.
And a bucket of popcorn.
Yep, that's the perfect movie like that. And now for the number one, Gabs, the number one movie on this arsenal.
Please tell me.
Is Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives.
You are not telling me, with a straight face, my friend, that Friday the 13th, the original, did not make it in your top 5?
Nope, it did not make it in the top 5.
I don't know you anymore.
Listen, and I'm going to tell you why, okay?
Okay.
While it was a good movie, okay? Don't get me wrong. While it was a good movie, and while Betsy Palmer did her thing, I just feel like there were better movies in the franchise. Like, don't get me wrong, it started it all. It started the whole Friday the 13th. You know, remember the "You are doomed," the "We are doomed," you know what I mean?
Yes.
The death curse, you know, we can't forget about that guy. But
I love that guy.
Yeah, he was awesome until he got hit.
Crazy. He got his, though.
Yeah, he did. But I just feel like I enjoyed the later sequels more than that.
Well, I mean, they're crawling in vaginas. How can you not?
I mean, that's fantastic. You know, but no, in all seriousness, you just segued me into my first honorable mention. Okay. Was the very first Friday the 13th, and why? Because it started it all.
Yeah.
It started the Friday the 13th. So that was my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention is going to be the Friday the 13th remake.
Really?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. It had Jared Padalecki in it from Supernatural, who plays Sam Winchester, one of the brothers. Yeah. And, you know, Supernatural is my favorite show.
Yeah.
So he was in it. He did a good job. It was just weird seeing him run from Jason, because I'm used to watching him in a show where he's running towards the monster and not away. You know, so the remake was really good. I enjoyed that. That was one of my honorable mentions. And the last honorable mention I'm going to go is Jason X. Because It's let's just throw it out there. It's Jason Voorhees in space and the frozen face scene.
Okay.
Come on, you can't get better than that. Just say for an honorable mention. So, Gabs, with all that out of the way, how do you feel about the Friday the 13th? Are there some that you want to watch a little more now? Is there a couple you might want to stay away from? Demon Baby Vagina, Voorhees. Like, how are you feeling about my vague rundown of the series tonight?
I think that you made me want to watch them.
And you know what? If I can just touch one person with this podcast,
I will tell you this. I normally watch horror movies alone. My husband's not a fan. If he doesn't have anything else to do, which he always has something else to do.
Yeah.
He'll sit down and watch with me. But it's very rare. And most of the time it's just me and my dog on my couch.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no desire to watch any of these movies by myself. Obviously not because I think that I would be scared, but because I don't think that these are movies. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that I'm going to think any of these movies are good.
Okay.
I think that these movies are going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want to watch them. I think that from here until I finish all of them, these might be my movie night when it's my turn to pick.
Okay.
These will be my movie night picks.
Then that's some solid picks too.
Yeah, I think that will be it. We watched one on movie night, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it was part 6 where he came back with the from the dead.
There was somebody at the top of the stairs at the end, right?
I don't remember.
But yeah, I feel like there was somebody at the top of the stairs. So I think we did watch one. It was you and me and Outlaw.
Yes.
Like, okay. Yeah, I would watch them with you guys. I don't know that I would. No, it's not that I don't know. I know that I would not watch them by myself. I have no desire.
Yeah.
I mean, as of the time of recording, it's almost 10 at night.
Yeah.
So I most certainly am not going to stay up to watch them tonight.
I might throw a couple on when we're done here. I'm gonna throw a couple on.
Oh my God! Okay, part 2 is on right now. And Little Miss Mickey Mouse Hardbody.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got the bacon cheeks sticking out of the bottom of her shorts.
Yeah, she was a big thing in part 2.
Just walked out on the screen. She has got a wedgie from hell. Michael Myers would not fit as a demon baby.
Michael Myers not fit as a demon baby. But we'll definitely, you know what, Gabs, it's a good idea. We'll definitely get you through the series together. We'll help you. We'll usher you through the series.
All right.
That's a good idea.
I tend to get really stubborn about movies. I feel Friday the... Yeah. You know, I don't know why. I feel like there are movies that I'll say, yeah, I haven't seen it. And the more people tell me, like, well, you have to see it. The more I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to see that.
I'm not going to watch it, so screw you.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it. Screw you. Fuck you. I don't want to see it now.
Yeah, like, go fuck yourself. I'm not watching it.
Yeah, your description had the opposite effect.
Oh, good. I'm glad. But like I said, we will usher you through these movies because both Outlaw and I have the series. And we'll make sure you'll be able to access the series. We will get you in on this Friday the 13th, and we will help you through the series.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to DVR all of these.
There you go.
It goes all the way up to part 7, part 8.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I have everything up till part 8.
Good.
playing in succession right now on
Right.
Stars Encore Action.
Good.
For anybody who doesn't subscribe.
There you go. So, yep, we'll definitely get you through them. But, Gabs, I think that this is a good halting point on our Friday the 13th episode. Thank you for sharing this wonderful holiday with your boy Horror Gamer. I had a blast as always.
Me too.
It was so much fun. And guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Friday the 13th special of Horror Haven LLC. But before we get out of here, Gabs, let these people know where they can get in contact with us.
Well, you can find us first and foremost on the Slasher app at Horror Haven LLC. You can search for us on Instagram, Horror Haven LLC. You can find us on Twitter at Horror LLC. You can email us at horrorhavenllc@gmail.com. You can see previews of every episode on TikTok at horror_haven_LLC. You can join our Patreon, like I know you want to, at patreon.com/horrorhavenllc. And don't forget, everyone, subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform. Give us that 5-star rating.
Yes.
And tell all of your friends about us.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to add in that there was one time that Jason fucking Voorhees became a demon baby and crawled up his dead sister's vagina.
Oh, that is classic. That is horror cinema at its finest.
I mean, it's pretty original. If nothing else, you have to give that to them.
Originality points right there. But now, guys, like Gab said, rate, review, and subscribe. Give us that 5-star. You know you want to. It's very easy.
Happy Left-Handers Day, everybody.
Yeah, Happy Left-Handers Day.
Thank you, Sam.
Use that left hand and hit that 5-star review.
And subscribe.
Subscribe right underneath that. So,
and then use that left hand to text every single one of your friends and tell them about us.
Yes. And get in on all the socials because you don't want to miss an episode of Horror Haven LLC. Every week we just have a hella good time. And, you know, we just want to bring you guys for the ride. So, but with all that being said, guys, Gabs, I just want to let you know, big spoiler for next week's episode.
Tell me.
We are going to do the remake episode.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Get your 5 top remakes ready because next week is on.
Oh, I have my top 5 and my bottom 5.
There you go. So there it is, guys. Tune in next week to see what Gab's top 5 looks like and what her bottom 5 looks like. But with all that being said, Horror Horde, we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening.
Have a wonderful vacation, Horror Gamer.
Thank you. I definitely will. I'm super excited and pumped for you. You have no idea. But still going to be coming at you guys live next week. So tune in. And then until next time, guys, we love you to death. And don't forget, don't fear the darkness.
Embrace it.